witches and muggles, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm doing a Q&A. That's right, I am here to A your Qs, but with a twist. A couple of weeks ago, actually, scrap that. It's been a couple of months. Girl's been busy. I asked you guys to send me videos of your questions. I've done this once before, and I remember how just wholesome and nice it was because I actually got to see your faces. I got to hear your voices. I got to learn a little bit more about you, and I cannot wait to answer them. So here we go. Here's my video Q&A. Oh, okay, I'm nervous. I don't know what these questions are.
Hey Cherry, my name is Uday and I am from India. So I am a huge fan first of all. My question is that what kind of a student were you in school? Were you good at studies? Were you good at maths? And I have my final exams coming up. Do you have any tips for me? Thank you so much.
Did I do well at school? I feel as though the answer to that is probably no. I didn't enjoy school from probably the age of 11 until my teens. I really didn't like it, and I'll be honest with you, it's because I got bullied a lot. It's not because I didn't want to learn. I feel as though if there was an adult school now that you could opt into learning at an adult age, I think I would attend because I like learning. But no, unfortunately I didn't do well. I definitely didn't do well at maths, though I feel as though the older I've got and running my own business, I have definitely got better at maths. I'm quite good at mental maths, which is something that I've realised as an adult. But yeah, so I didn't do very well at my GCSEs. I did go on to college and get distinctions, and then I did go to university and I got a bachelor's degree. I really hope that your exams went really well, and yeah.
Hi Cherry, it's Kirsty here. I'm 26 and I currently live up north in Scotland. I've been watching your channel for like the longest time, and I saw recently on your Instagram feed that you were talking about possibly getting a cat now that you live by yourself. I had a dog whilst living by myself, and honestly it makes such a difference you would not believe. But if you were to get that cat, would you name it after a Harry Potter character? If so, who and why?
Hi Kirsty, firstly, I love Scotland. I've been a few times over the last month or so, and your accent is to die for. I am definitely thinking about getting a cat, though I am in two minds at the moment because I feel as though, as much as I would love the company of a little pet and a little magical familiar, I feel as though I've maybe not got the lifestyle for it just yet, because I like to go visit my family every couple of weeks. I go to London quite often. I do shoots in Scotland, for example, is a recent example of that. But I'm always kind of here, there or everywhere with work, and I don't know if it would be fair on a kitty cat to... Obviously I wouldn't leave it, but like get people to look after it or maybe take it places. It's the only thing that's stopping me at the moment, and I think like maybe when I'm in a relationship or like I don't live on my own, maybe then would be the right time. It's something I am struggling with a little bit at the moment, but yeah, I definitely do want a kitty cat. As for what I would name it, it probably would end up being magical. I won't give any names away. They're secret.
Hi Cherry, my name is Casey and I'm from Iran, and I wanted to ask you, which shelf from your bookshelf is your favorite?
That is a very good question. I have a lot of shelves. I love so many of them, obviously. I think, it's really difficult. I think it would probably be between my potion shelf and my Weasley Wizards Weasley shelf, the two that you can see here. But I quite like a Hogwarts shelf as well. Let me think. I'm gonna pick the Weasley's Wizards Weasley shelf because it's so vibrant, it's colourful, it's playful, and when you look at it, it just fills you with kind of joy. So yeah, I definitely think that's my favourite shelf. I've actually got an empty shelf at the top, which I need to fill with something.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm from Austria, and I wanted to know, how did you become so interested in the wizarding world? Bye!
I picked up the Philosopher's Stone book in my teens. I was definitely a latecomer to Harry Potter. I was not a big reader growing up. I still am not very good at reading. I can't concentrate on pages. But either way, I picked up a book. My brother would still say it's his property, but some of the original Harry Potter books of mine were his. He's not getting them back. I remember picking it up and being like, oh, I'll give it a go. The cover looks interesting. In fact, here is my first Harry Potter book. It's quite old now. This is at least, oh God, how old are you? I think this is a 24-year-old book. On the front it says 1997 Gold Award winner. Yeah, so this is my first book that I ever read, which was Harry Potter. The spine definitely has a bit of discoloration on there, but I remember picking this up and thinking that this boy wizard on the front, though I didn't know he was a wizard at first, looked interesting, and this big train, and I was like, what's Hogwarts? And I saw a wizard on the back as well, smoking a pipe with a big magical book. And I was like, okay, I'll pick it up. So I did. I opened it up and the first chapter was The Boy Who Lived. And after reading the first sentence, Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4 Privet Drive were proud to say that they were perfectly normal. Thank you very much. And they were the last people you'd expect to be involved in anything strange or mysterious because they just didn't hold with such nonsense. As soon as I started reading, couldn't put it down. I devoured this book. It was probably the quickest I'd ever read anything in my life. And of course, I had to read the second, the third, the fourth, and I just remember reading them all. And I remember when I'd finished the Harry Potter series, how impressed I was that I'd read so much, because if you put the full series together, it's like that big. It's crazy. I just enjoyed all of it. So yeah, I was kind of mid to late teens when I first read them, and I guess it went from there. And then obviously the films came out, which I also fell in love with. It's weird to think about. It was a long time ago.
Hi Cherry, my name is Ida. I'm from Norway, and my question for you is magical, of course. Would you rather change the story so that Dumbledore doesn't die, or change the story so that Sirius doesn't die?
Oh, firstly, hello. Secondly, I love your potion shelf. I spot the little mandrake in the background. Oh God, Sirius or Dumbledore? I feel as though I would definitely pick Sirius because Harry would then have some family. And I know that he could technically have chosen family and get married and he has kids and that's family, but I feel as though someone that was close to like his dad and his mom would be quite cool to still stick around. But then Dumbledore, oh what, this is a very tough question. I'm gonna put the question back to my audience. Who would you save, Dumbledore or Sirius? And leave your reasoning in a comment, but I think I would pick Sirius. And because Sirius is an absolute bae. Do people even still use the word bae? He's a beautiful human being.
Hi Cherry, I hope you're doing well. My name is Verena, I am 19 years old and I come from France. My question for you today was, is it in your plans to come to Paris one day to visit some of the magical places we see in the Fantastic Beasts movies? I just hope to be featured in your video. I sent you all my support from France and I really love all your videos. Bye!
Bonjour! I can't speak French except hello. Yes, I would love to visit France and I would love to visit Paris. I've actually never been. I'm 32 years old. How have I not been to France yet? There's many things that I would like to see and do and experience in France. One of those is the Eiffel Tower. I think my main thing is the patisseries. I really like baked goods and Paris is where it's at. I would also really like to go to Disneyland Paris as well. I think that's on my bucket list too. But I would absolutely love to visit some locations there as well. I just think there's so much of this world to see and Paris is absolutely on my list. It's so close to England as well. I think that's why I'm ashamed that I've not been yet. Thank you for your question and thank you for all of your love and support.
Hello Cherry, my name is Lara. I'm from Belgium. I'm 26 now. I love your channel. I love your clothing line. My question is, besides Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts, is there another fandom you're a fan of? Lots of love from Belgium.
Lots of love to you in Belgium. Is there another fandom? Yes, there are many. You know what? Before Harry Potter, it used to be Twilight, and I'm not even sorry. Robert Pattinson. Oh, yes. Twilight, Hunger Games, used to be a big Doctor Who fan as well. I think those are probably my main three. Vampire Diaries, does that class as a fandom? Probably not. Definitely Doctor Who and definitely Twilight. I love Twilight. I'm a big fan. I need to rewatch that. I have not watched it in time. I love the music from Twilight, actually. I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh, Twilight. I don't care. You enjoy what you enjoy. And I feel as though you should be unapologetically you. And that even comes down to the choices of what films you like.
Hi Cherry, I'm Abs, and my question is, if you were going to make your own Horcrux, what object would you choose?
Ooh, that is a very good question. What object would I use? It would have to be something that no one would think to find. Maybe like, my brain just went, maybe a sock would be a good Horcrux, because there's so many of them. That's such a bad Horcrux. I have read an article of some really funny things that Horcruxes could be. One being like a golden snitch. And I know that sounds really obvious, but because of how quickly it can fly, and it has like the entire world, maybe even universe, probably world though, to fly around in, you're not going to find that. And then someone else said that there was a moon, like go fly up to the moon and make the moon your Horcrux, but I think that's a little bit too big. And then what was the other one? A Nokia 3310, because they are because they're indestructible, and I thought that was perfect. I don't have a Nokia 3310 anymore, so I'm just gonna stay with a sock, because who's gonna think sock? I don't think anyone's gonna think that that's a Horcrux. I think it's quite genius, actually.
Hello Sherry, I'm Carlos Miguel, and I'm currently head boy Gryffindor at Hogwarts. Professor Longbottom gave us a little break from herbology, so I decided to take this opportunity to send you the question. First of all, how are you? Are you good? I hope you're well. Honestly, one of the questions that I would say is, how did you grow? How do you feel like all these years having passed from when you first started to now? How has that growth like surprised you? And what would you suggest to people that are trying to grow in this Harry Potter fandom community? I think it would be really awesome, especially as somebody that's like, you know, starting out bare bones doing Harry Potter stuff on social media. I would definitely love your input on how things have changed throughout the years, how much you've grown, and what would you suggest to new creators? Thank you so much for this opportunity. I am super happy to be able to address you, and looking forward to seeing you at the LeakyCon in a couple of months. So it would be my first full Harry Potter convention, so I'm very excited. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Now I need to get back to herbology, because I don't think Professor Longbottom's gonna appreciate me, you know, staying out too long. Bye.
I am so obsessed with the amount of effort that you went through to be in herbology class whilst asking me a question. Firstly, yes, I am going to be at LeakyCon, by the way. I'm so excited to meet you. Please do come say hello. And for those of you that don't know what LeakyCon is, I am going to be in Orlando, Florida this summer for 3 days at LeakyCon, which is one of the world's biggest Harry Potter and wizardy, witchy inspired conventions. So be there, go get your tickets. I cannot wait. And I cannot wait to be in America again. But anyway, back to your question. I think now it feels normal to me with this job and doing what I do, and like seeing big numbers. I was about to say doesn't make me feel anxious anymore, but I think it's actually the opposite, because there's so many people to like please. I'm a people pleaser. From the beginning, I did not think that this is what my life and my job would turn into. When I started, it wasn't a job. I wasn't doing Harry Potter things when I started either, believe it or not. YouTube as a whole started as a hobby when I was still at university, and it was a thing that I did to meet like-minded people, because there was like YouTube gatherings and I used to go there and meet up with them, and we used to like film together and catch up, and it was so cool. And I think from then to now, it has evolved so much so much. Like there's not a chance that I could go and do a YouTube meetup in a park in London now, because it would not be safe. I would question whether it was safe back then either, because a lot of people used to turn up. Yeah, how do I feel? I don't know. I'm very grateful. As for like advice and that kind of thing, if this is something that you want to do it because it makes you feel good and because you enjoy it and because you want to meet like-minded people that are from the fandom and like the same stuff as you. Like it's such a good way to meet new people and new friends. I think that should be like the most important thing. That was definitely how I started out. Subscriber numbers and monetization didn't exist when it started. I know that a lot of people want to start now to make it their job and that kind of thing, but you'll probably find that most people that have this kind of influencer creator job didn't start out to do that. It wasn't part of the plan and it kind of just happened. But I do feel incredibly grateful every single day that I have you guys, that I get to sit in a studio and talk about cool things and show cool things and do cool things and all the opportunities and events and things that come from this and relationships with brands and companies. Like, it's weird. And I think even though I've been doing it for a decade now, it still feels a little bit weird. Like, good weird. But it's like, wow, I did this myself. I've got a team. So I think my biggest advice is do what you love, enjoy it, and just have fun.
Hi Cherry, my name's Keris, I'm from Durham, and my question for you is, what made you get into doing Harry Potter videos on YouTube?
I feel as though the answer is probably not what you would expect. I started this YouTube channel doing lifestyle Q&As, comedy sketches, me just being silly. I did that for a few years and I definitely felt it was a bit forced. I always used to feel stressed about what to film. I was definitely thinking about, oh, what would please the people watching me? Which obviously is important when you have an audience, but it got to a point where I'd done a lot of like beauty, makeup, comedy sketches, and I got to the point where I was getting sent stuff, and I got sent a PR gift from, I think it was Warner Brothers. It was a Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them PR. It was this big cardboard briefcase of Newt's case. I still have it at my parents' house actually in their loft. And when you opened it, it had beautiful merchandise and it had loads of stuff promoting the film. I decided to film it for them because it was really cool, and I'd never received such a large thing in the mail and from such a cool brand. And I unboxed it and I was like, I wasn't sure. I was like, are people going to be interested in this? It turns out that they were, and I definitely did a few Harry Potter makeup tutorials as well. I remember getting like my green screen out and everything, and I realised that there is such... I obviously knew Harry Potter had a fandom, but I wasn't like in it, which sounds silly because I knew I liked Harry Potter, but I didn't have any friends in real life that also loved it as much as I did. So to have people be like, oh, I like this too, that's so cool. And like the fact that it was being described as cool, I thought was pretty cool. And yeah, I guess I discovered that there was a lot of us, and here we are. Like, if you're watching this, you probably like Harry Potter just as much as I do. I guess it went from there that I discovered that I could be authentically myself and kind of geek out about the things I liked and not be made fun of for it, I guess. And she never looked back. And here we are, we're still doing it.
Hi, my name's Chloe and I'm from Nottingham. And my question is, what is your favourite mystery Harry Potter collection you've opened before? Whether that be wand or the capsules, I'm just intrigued.
Hi Chloe. Good question. What are my favourite mystery? I mean, do boxes count? Obviously, I love the mystery boxes. Probably the capsules. I definitely think they're really cool because they're such a novelty, having the different sections and having to guess which character is like the finale thing to open. So I definitely think those are cool. They're probably my favourite over the mystery ones and that kind of thing. I really wish that, you know, the mini brands, the balls, I still got some of those to open, but they did like a Disney edition mini brands. I really wish that they would do a Harry Potter or a Wizarding World mini brands. How cute would that be? Teeny tiny little Wizarding World thing, like really small. Oh, it would be so cute. But yeah, I do enjoy opening those. But yeah, the capsules are probably up there. And I also really like the Pop Mart ones as well. I think they're really cool and well designed.
Hey Terry, I am Faye. I'm a Gryffindor from Athens, Greece. I'm a neurologist. I wanted to know if you could share more things about your upcoming journey in the US and if you're going to visit the wizarding world of Harry Potter in Florida. Bye.
Are you like a cool brain doctor? Like you said neurologist, right? You've got a stethoscope. Sorry, cool job. Yes, so I did have plans. I did have plans to go to Universal when I went to LeakyCon. I've decided not to do that now because it's peak summer, it's school break, and I feel as though I'm not good with heat. I'm not good with busy. I want to film, so I don't want crowds. So I think I'm gonna just do LeakyCon, and then I think I'm gonna go back to Universal later in the year, but I am gonna go out for like 2 weeks. I have plans to capture a lot of content for you, get loads of hauls, because there's like so much cool merchandise at Universal that you just cannot get here. And I'm also, in the future, what is on my bucket list, I really want to go to Japan, guys. They're opening another Warner Brother studio tour. Japan! Oh my god, I need to go. But I'm really desperate to go to Universal Japan as well because the Japan exclusives, I'm gonna have to take like 10 suitcases. So I am going to America twice this year and I cannot wait. It's been so long. I've not been since 2015. 7 years ago. 7 years ago? How has it been 7 years?
Hey Cherry, my name's Joe and I'm from the Peak District in England. My question is, when do you think you will get a cat, and also what breed of cat would you like to get? Thanks.
I love your Harry Potter Lego collection. I am obsessed. Is that like Diagonite? That's so cool. Good question. The breed of cat that I would love is a British short hair. Chunky, thick, cuddly. Oh, and I'm not really bothered about which colour either. They're just so chunky and they just look like little teddy bears and they're so cute. As for when, I don't know yet. I'm waiting for the right time. I feel as though I will know when the time is right. Oh, I just love little chunky feet, little peats. Oh, I love little cat feet.
Hello, my name is Renee and this is Merlin. And we're coming to you from Alaska. We keep a little green in the window for that reason. And our question is, have you found a suitable four-legged housemate?
I love your kitty cat in Alaska. I have not found, well, I lied. I have found a suitable kitty cat. It's just the timing of it all. I don't know if it's the right time. I love your cat though. Sorry, this is just about you now and your cat. Can I come to Alaska and pet your cat? Oh.
Hi Jerry, my name's Catherine. I am from North Carolina in the US. And my question is, what is your favorite thing about reviewing the subscription boxes and the things that actually come in them?
Great question. My favorite thing about subscription boxes is the mystery element. I love that each month, you don't know what's going to be in these boxes. The themes are different, so there's just the possibilities are endless of what's gonna come inside of them, and I do think that this is what makes them so popular. I think it's so cool to get magical mail and share it with you guys, and I guess it also means that you guys get to experience these boxes. You get to see if they're worth it or not. I just really enjoy it. Even now, after I must have reviewed hundreds of subscription boxes, I still really enjoy them, and I think that's really important that I do still enjoy them, and I hope you guys still enjoy them as well.
Hi Cherry, my name is Paulina. I live in Mexico and I'm 26 years old, and I would like to know if you think there's any childhood or childlike feature that we should keep in our lives through adulthood just to survive. And also, how can we meet you? I know Mexico is really far away from the UK, but if you ever come to Mexico, I would volunteer as your personal guide. Thank you so much. I'm a big fan, and bye.
That's so kind. If I ever find myself in Mexico, I'll be sure to hit you up. As for meeting, I definitely am going to try and do more meet and greets in the future. I definitely have one in America coming up, LeakyCon. I would love to start doing that more consistently. Just keep an eye out on my socials, and I'd love to go to Mexico. your question was really cool, which was what childhood-like feature should we keep as an adult to kind of survive? I think having that natural curiosity, and I don't know, I feel like keeping, this is a really difficult question actually, because I do feel as though when we're so young, we have such a bright, exciting, innocent outlook on life. And then as we get older, we realise that things aren't as bright, magical and rainbows as we perhaps seem. But I do think that you can keep some of that element in our life by trying to see the good in the world and keeping that natural curiosity as well, wanting to discover and explore new things. I think for me, exploring is something that I've definitely lost growing up. And I do think that I'm getting the itch to see more. As each year passes, I'm like, why have I not been here or here yet? There's so much of the world for us to explore, and I think that's important. For me, at least, I know that, you know, being able to afford that kind of thing isn't as straightforward. But just treating everyone with kindness, I think. I would love to hear everyone else's answers to that question, actually. What would you take forward from your childhood that you think is important to carry into, like, adulthood? Leave a comment down below, because I think that's such a beautiful question.
Hi, Cherry. My name's Zach. If you could choose any doctor from the show Doctor Who would it be and why? Don't forget, you can click subscribe if you'd like to become part of Cherry's magical online family.
Oh, I love that. Yes. My favourite Doctor, it's between Tennant and Smith. I did like Christopher Eccleston. I thought he was a fantastic Doctor. David Tennant was so good. Matt Smith was superb. Wasn't the biggest fan of Capaldi, if I'm being completely honest. And between you and me, I haven't really watched much of Jodie either. I need to catch up on that, because the next Doctor, I won't spoil it for you, but the next Doctor is gonna be good. I'll give you a spoiler if you haven't already found out who it is, but he's from Sex Education on Netflix, and so I need to catch up. But from my heart, Tennant or Matt Smith? David Tennant or Matt Smith? David Tennant.
Hi Cherry, my name's Katie. I was just wondering, I'm also getting into witchy things at the moment, and I would like to know what your favourite 3 crystals are. Thank you for answering my question if you do, and I look forward to hearing your answer. Thanks, bye.
I just went and raided my crystal collection to see what I would have picked as my top 3 favourite. My top one is probably rose quartz. I just think it's really pretty, and it's definitely one that I have the most of. I also really like amethyst as well. If we're going for pure visual aesthetics rather than the properties and that kind of thing, I really like moss agate. It's so cute and really, really nice, and I really want one of the palm stones, like a moss, or flower agate as well is quite nice. Agate, whatever you want to say. But yeah, probably rose quartz. I have a lot of necklaces with rose quartz on them, and it's meant to attract love. How's that going for me? Not very well, if I'm honest.
Hi Cherry, I'm Teresa and I'm from Scotland. I've only recently started watching your videos while on maternity leave, so thank you so much for keeping me entertained. My question to you is, what Harry Potter location haven't you been to that you really want to go to? Mine are all on my list and I've not managed to go yet, so what one haven't you been to that you would love to go to?
It's got to be the viaduct in Scotland, the Glenfinnan Viaduct. And I was going to go there, but it's so far away. It's so far away. I think we did actually try to plan it. It was myself, cameraman Chris, and my friend Rodney. We were going to go, but it's like 7 hours there, 7 hours back. And then the train wasn't running when we wanted to go. The weather wasn't great. You have to hike up, and I wanted to take photos. It just ended up being so impractical. It's still on my list, and I do want to do it eventually. So I think that's like the top location on my bucket list. I want to go on the train. I want to go in the carriages. I want to take pictures. I want to see the bridge. I want to go and see Dumbledore's grave. There's just so much. I think there's like 3 locations that are all quite close to each other. There's the viaduct, the little island where Dumbledore's grave is, and then there is also the Forbidden Forest. All 3 of those are kind of in a similar location, and yeah, That's the one that I really want to see. You're a little bit closer to it than I am.
Hi Cherry, my name's Alex and I'm from London. I have the question for you. What is the most spontaneous thing you've ever done? Thank you.
I feel as though the most spontaneous thing that I've ever done is a tattoo on my wrist, because I decided to get it that day, went straight to a tattoo shop in the middle of New York and just got it done. I didn't even research the tattoo shop. I'm not spontaneous, and I that's the thing that kind of sticks out in my mind, because that is very unlike me. I normally have to plan. I have to like think about something for months to make sure I definitely want to do it. I can be impulsive occasionally, but when it's like big things like a tattoo, even though it's a little tattoo, it's the lightning bolt. I still to this day don't believe that I just strut into a tattoo parlour in Hell's Kitchen and be like, all right.
I'm Savidan Thorat, and I'm a big Potterhead and a big fan of you from India and an online magical family member of yours. And my question to you is, how do you manage making these amazing videos which you make? They are so magical, so amazing. Every type of video you make on your channel is just so beautiful and I love it. How do you have your schedule? Please tell me. And like, I know you have cameraman Chris to help you out with that, but like, you know, how do you do everything step by step? You know, how do you manage your schedule, shooting, editing, overall the process of making the video? Please tell me, how do you do it? And also take care, Cherry, and lots of love to you from India. Namaste.
This is a great question. Thank you. Hello to you in India. Oh my goodness, you're so far away. Oh, okay. So how do I do everything? It's a very loaded question. So obviously when I first started this, I did it all myself from a bedroom in my parents' house. I researched what camera to use. It was probably the wrong one. I definitely started with a webcam, and it's kind of progressed over the year now that I've been doing it for 10 years. But I'm gonna explain how I do it now because it's more relevant, I think. So I rely on project management. Any idea that I have in my brain, it's like a pensieve. We've actually called it that. And every idea comes out, goes onto there. I will figure out what I'm filming on what weeks. And as I get to a week, I will be like, right, what am I filming on which day? I will plan it out. So I will have filming days, and I will have admin days, and maybe I will go on location to an event or whatever. Each week is planned and each week is very different, so no week really looks the same. They can be similar. I usually get ready, come in here, switch all my lights on, switch the cameras on, because I have two cameras now. There's one, this one that I'm talking to right now, but there's also one that's normally above my head so that you can see downwards now too. I look around my studio now and I think this isn't how it started. It started just with a webcam on my computer and some editing software that I'd found or that had already come with the computer. But now it's like I have a studio, I have a dedicated filming room. So once I've filmed a video, I will, obviously you've got to take the thumbnail, so I'll take photo stills, and it's ever so funny. I wish you could see it sometimes, me posing for thumbnails. I'd be like, they get clicks, but you have to pull silly faces. Maybe I will show you guys how I do my thumbnails sometimes, because it's so daft. It's a little bit humiliating if people were to actually watch me do it, because you don't think about it. You don't think of how these thumbnails come to fruition. There's about 50 photos per video of different options. And some of them are horrific. Some of them just aren't usable, and sometimes there's like 5 that I could use, and then I have to pick which one, then I have to edit that one. These days I don't really edit my own YouTube videos. Cameraman Chris is my full-time primary editor. I do sometimes edit my vlogs still. Recently I've been doing like a rough cut and then sending it to Chris to polish off. So I guess then once the video's been edited, I will review it, and then I will upload it, do all the socials for it, and do that. Keep going, keep doing it, keep making content, and you guys keep watching it, so thank you. But yeah, YouTube is definitely not an easy job, and I know that maybe some people think, oh, 20-minute video, that takes 20 minutes. I think if you actually calculated how much time goes into the planning, the shooting, the thumbnailing, the editing, doing all the description and all of the socials, that's just for one video. It's hours and hours and hours. So yeah, it's definitely a full-time job for me, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I still just can't get over the fact that you're sitting in your homes right now, comfy hopefully, with a cup of tea or a snack, and you're taking the time to listen to me and watch me and getting to know me. And yeah, it's very bizarre. I hope I answered your question. I think I have.
Hi Cherry, my name is Natalie, I'm from Russia, Moscow, and my question is, if you could resurrect just one character out of the whole series of Harry Potter, who would it be and why? Thank you.
So many to choose from. There's so many. I mean, Hedwig. Little Hedwig. Hedwig did not deserve that. Oh, Cedric, my boy. Oh God, that makes me cry every time. Sirius's death makes me cry every time as well. I can't cope. And Fred, oh, I'm picking Fred. You can't just get rid of one twin. I still don't forgive them for doing that. I'm just saying.
Hi Jerry, my name's Rebecca from the UK, and my question is, if you could teach any kind of class at Hogwarts, what would it be and why?
Hi Rebecca, I do believe that we have met a few times already. I recognise your lovely face. As for what class that I would teach at Hogwarts, oh, there's so many to pick. My brain went herbology, but I'm not the best plant expert in the planet, if I'm being completely honest, but I do really enjoy plants. And I feel as though time in a greenhouse would be quite, especially around magical plants as well. We're not just talking about your bog standard, I don't know, succulent. We're talking about mandrakes that scream and cry. So that would be really cool. Potions, I think, would be really fun. But then care of magical creature, ooh, it's between those three. Or maybe, I don't think it would be astronomy. I don't think it would be divination, as much as I would really like to attend some divination classes. I'm gonna go with care for magical creatures because, I mean, it's self-explanatory. Magical creatures that you get to look after and learn about. Very cool.
Hi Jerry, it's Viola. So I have a question for you. What is your favorite Harry Potter wand that you have? And what is your favorite Fantastic Beasts wand that you have? Thanks, love you, kisses.
Oh, great question. So what's my favourite Harry Potter wand and what is my favourite Fantastic Beasts wand? I'm going to start with Fantastic Beasts. Queenie's wand is beautiful. I love the pearlescent shell with a hint of turquoise in it. I really like the little kind of collary bit as well. I just think it's so classy and it just feels really nice to hold as well. It's just really nice. So yeah, I love Queenie's wand. It's just so beautiful. I think it might be my favourite wand in general. And my favourite Harry Potter wand is probably this one, which is Luna Lovegood's second wand. It was not her original one with the kind of acorny pattern in it, but I love this one because it reminds me of a tulip and I like the shape at the end. And yeah, so Luna is probably my favourite. Thank you very much for your question. And yeah, I do believe that we have come to the end of this Q&A. Thank you so much for asking me so many wonderful questions. Thank you for taking the time to send me videos. I would love to do another one of these in the future, so make sure that you are following me on my social media. Head over to Twitter, head over to Instagram, follow me over there because that's usually where I put out the posts to gain these kind of videos from you guys. So yeah, it feels so sparkly to hear and see you guys and know where you're from. Like, it makes me feel, I don't know what it makes me feel, but it's beautiful knowing that this channel and our community and our Magical Online family has touched every corner of the world. Like, there really are so many of you out there and it's overwhelming. It's beautiful though, and I love all of you so much, and I cannot wait to meet you this year at LeakyCon and hopefully other events. And yeah, you guys are the best. I'm just so grateful for you. I genuinely am. If you've got this far in the video, and you enjoyed it, please do give this magical video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you're having a lovely day, whatever you're up to, but thanks. I love you. Bye. Oh, my heart feels full. Maybe the rose quartz did work and it's attracted all of you guys. I'm surrounded by love. Oh, oh, that's nearly making me cry. Okay, goodbye.